Okay, we're gonna shift gears and play one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of all time, which is the Stanley Parable. And I, a really long time ago, watched, I think it was Nate Wants to Battle, and I watched Markiplier's playthrough as well, and I was like, oh, this game is everything I want. I have a little bit of an addiction to games where there is a narrator-like character, and there are multiple endings. I love the concept of multiple endings. It's the same reason I enjoy the, like, choose-your-own-adventure type stuff, like the stuff Markiplier's put out, the, In Space with Markiplier, Heist with Markiplier, all of the above. They're, like, my favorite genre of thing. And this game, I have been saying that I was going to play for a really long time, and technically I did play it a long time ago, but this playthrough stands as, like, as much as I can get through. I do not promise to get every ending, because I know how many endings there are with the new stuff, and I don't even wanna try, because I know how much there is. So we're just gonna do whatever we can, whatever endings we get, all of the above. And yeah, I freaking love this game. If you've never seen this game before, I think you're gonna like it. If you have, I guarantee I'm gonna find stuff that you haven't seen before. This game has so many little Easter eggs, etc. So here we go, gamers. Don't you guys love the VOD channel? Which shirt version is Stanley? Oh, there's a coding here. There's a coding here. I just want to say. There is so much in this game. There is. We hold the VOD channel dearly. We do. We do hold the VOD channel dearly. Like this Morningstar, perhaps? It's so... The narrator is Quixis. Who is the Sherbert version? Debatable, but the narrator is Quixis. And/or Rena, in my opinion. So here we go, chat. Let me open the game, and let's switch. Let's switch. My favorite game. It's funny, because my second favorite game is the Henry Stickmin Saga, which is exactly the same bit. Multiple endings, little choices, and stupid little bits. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. There we go. Broom! Thank you, Katsuvod. Thank you, Katsuvoid, for the 10 months. Thank you. We're reaching up the ladder of towards sub goal and doing a little bit of bacon later. Bacon, except I don't actually cheat this time and I bake for real. This might sound crazy, but it's not like I bake my cakes in advance typically for baking streams. What? Who would do that? Not this guy. Not this guy. Alright. I changed my category, yeah? I did. You guys are also going to recognize a bunch of the music, which I think is really, really funny. Alright, let's actually open the game and make sure it wants to play where I want it to. Open my sound settings. Let's let the game load. I'm going to let a lot of things happen. It's going to take a sec for me to set it up. It's going. Let me see. Can I get it on this right now? All of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Oh my god, you are gonna let me get that right now? Alright. Why does it need to know what time it is? Why does it need to know what time it is? I doubt you guys will be able to hear it yet, but let me... Maybe I can fix that right now also. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Can I have it go to game? Maybe that'll work. Okay. What time is it? It is 4:11. Or 11 p.m. Or 11 p.m. Okay, here we go. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at 12 and call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. I know that you care about this experience, you're paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if your times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, the next time you boot up the game and see the screen, you set your clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll get you back to the video game now. I've never seen that before. Oh my god, this is my purgatory music, what the hell? This is... Oh my god, guys, I'm in purgatory! Do you recognize it? Do you recognize it? It's bad. If you reopen the game and set a time again, it'll do something cool. Okay, bet. Bet. Let's see if it'll auto-connect to my... Suino memory zone. Please enter the current time. Okay, what's my favorite time? How about 11:56 p.m. Because that's when my birthday is. It's gonna take a second. I probably could have done this the other way. $11:56 p.m. Ah, 11:56 p.m. Your favorite time of day. It is! Or could you not simply resist giving me the correct time again? Oh, I gave you my favorite. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. That is true. Now I'm curious how accurate 11:56 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 11:56 p.m.? It's pretty inaccurate. It's not the current time. Now, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I could invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Yeah, man. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me level a couple new ones up. Yeah, let's do it. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay, hold on. We're going on a journey. We're going on a journey. Yeah, give me those sliders, dude. Hit me with it. Hit me with it, man. God, I love this game. You gonna do it? You're so good. You're so good to me. It's just the quieter until the computer is barely visible on it. Okay, about there. Nice. You just slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Oh my god. How much friends do I want them to be? Is that too much friends? Oh, they're so friends. The cat doesn't look very happy. It's okay though. They're so friends. Just slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh, well, that's the number 9. Here's the number 9. What else you got? I want to use the Roman numeral. Use the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Okay. Okay. Which of the two made-up words the most appealing to you? Scrumtush or occuboinkle? Oh, occuboinkle, dude. Occuboinkle all the way. I'll be nice. You know what time it is right now? Yeah, I do. You gonna make me... Is that time that it is right now the correct time? Yeah. What is time, anyway? I don't know. What do you think about yourself you haven't told me? I mean, yeah. A lot. No. Welcome to the Stanley Parable. We switched directions, by the way. We ready? I'll say refund the sing-a-song for now. We're kind of in it now, so let's go. Volume. Is volume okay? Music too loud? All the above? We can do that right now. I can control it on a slider over here. Oh, actually, it's not right now. Let me fix that. Well, don't cut my volume suddenly. Oh, there we go. Okay. I have it on a slider now, so we'll be okay. I don't hear any music. Can you not hear this? You can hear it. We do now. Okay, cool. I will control it on my slider. You tell me if it's too loud. I'll keep it as loud as it can be for now. Okay. Let me make sure captions are on. Show subtitles on. Cool. English subtitles. There will be subtitles at the bottom of the screen. Wow, it's in space. Okay. Let's go. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. The end is loading. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, whoa, sensitivity. That's still so sensitive. Okay, that's a little better. All right. Nothing?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Oh.
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story.
We are.
But won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah, we can do that. This is funny. So, this is picking up where I last played the game, which had a good bit of, like, progression. But we're just gonna keep going, because this is where we at, so. Oh, Suinola, memory zone. I'm about to jump scare you. Now remembering when Stanley found collectibles. I did find collectibles. Oh, it's the memory zone. I love the memory zone. Let's remember. 2013 when the Stanley Parable was released. Zone, sweet zone. Oh, audience award. Stanley Parable Award. Good times, good times. Yes. Where is the bucket? I feel like I'm missing something.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find.
It's true, we didn't even know.
Right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
If only there were more collectibles to collect. What is this image? I see it! I see it! It's a collectible! I gotta get it! I gotta... 7 out of 6? This is creepy.
And here was a second stand.
It's true, it was over there. Oh, there it is.
You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse.
I did.
You did that, Stanley.
I did.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them.
Well, I found them all, excuse you.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Wow. Oh, man. So many. So many guys. Oh, where do we want to go?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
It has been so long! I think it was the bathroom, right?
No. The boss's bathroom was the fourth place you found a Figanley, not
I'm
the
sorry.
third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they?
I guess they do.
If the boss's bathroom feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
It does. It does feel like that's where I had it, alright? That's what I felt in my soul, and I hope you can respect that.
Okay, next. Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
What a room!
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone. So
I don't know if I remember this either. I don't actually know if I remember any of this. But I trust you, so... Okay, let's go through the secret door.
This was the fifth mini stand, and this one was really something special.
Oh, it was really
behind
hidden.
The boss's office. I remember it so clearly.
Yeah, it was hidden
In
over
fact,
here.
Because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Hit me with it.
Enjoy.
Yeah, the boss's office. Where'd I go? What's over there? What is it? Over there? The mini stand number 5? Oh, there it is. Yeah, man. You found it behind the boss's office! Thanks for watching! Claps in chat.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
It does.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, it's the 12th one. He's coming. You're really helping jog my memory a little bit. It's been I guess it's been a while. Oh, the Windows Movie Maker.
Then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine.
Da, da,
Right
da,
here
da.
by the red doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
I see it with my
Perhaps
eyes.
because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
It's true.
Who can truly say how the mind works?
I can't.
All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
I got 'em.
It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was.
I gotta
exactly
respect it. 12 out of 6. That's pretty good. Alright, where are we going? Got a little spot for me to put them? Oh, hey, I'm in the present! Hey!
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment.
We did.
Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Goodbye!
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
You have more?
Stop the loading screen.
You have
Isn't
more?
there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines?
Put 'em all
Let's
out.
just go backwards.
Oh, yeah,
We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite
Right on it.
direction
6
to
more.
See how that feels.
Yeah, six more figurines, baby! Here we go.
Okay, yes. The room with the red and blue
Yes.
doors. I remember
Moment
this.
like any
I
other.
must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour
The
of the
first
memory
time,
zone,
this one is
the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Yep, let's keep going. Let's get more. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. You show me the video again? Hit me with it. I'd love to see the video again. You could spend 8 more minutes making another video.
And here's where I made that video.
You did
Don't you
remember that
the
video.
we watched?
I do. Love it.
Yes, I love that
Great video. Hit me with it. All right. And then the pink room. Yeah, the pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Got a big apple in it. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Let's keep going. Oh, the boss's bathroom. Wow.
These really were a treat to hunt
They
down.
were.
You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them.
Yeah.
I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yeah, glad we're getting 16, man. Yeah, it's a Superliminal reference. Superliminal. Fun game. Alright. Oh, the one on the platform! I love the one on the platform.
Second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
I do.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
I agree.
Keep going.
I agree. Trigger warnings for this game, I would say maybe derealization. There's a good bit of derealization in this, I would say. If you can't tell. Oh, we're back. The first one.
This is it. The very first one we found.
I love it.
In the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarine.
I love collectibles.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
What else is there? What came before this?
I mean, the whole game. 18. Can we get more? Gimme. I see the exit. Open the door. Oh, when they were doing it. They just found another figurine. They gotta get to its stat. Is it still? Okay, I think we're good. Oh, the big one! Oh, the big one, the collectibles! Can you stop driving? The collectibles. I love the collectibles. Is this the jump? Is this the jump hole? I remember the jump hole.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Yeah.
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is.
Yeah.
I want more. More memories.
More memories. More. Keep going. Let's go, let's go. Oh, the first.
Yes.
Oh, the two doors. I love the two doors.
Classic
Yeah, it sure is. Oh man, what's next? The broom closet? Oh, my office. Oh, I love my office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
I love my office. Oh.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason.
They're pretty good figurines.
And Stanley. Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again.
Well,
I can do it. I'll be stronger this time.
I wouldn't take me out of the picture.
I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Loading screen.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, tell me about it. Who is he?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
employee number 427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Call a meeting?
Never in all his
like
years
Among
at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and
stepped out of his office. What a fun way to get the intro cutscene again. Thank you, Emo Nemo, for the 31 months! Look at that! So many months, man. Let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley was meant to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Yeah, well, someday. So true. Alright, I think we are into regular running now. Yeah, we are. Okay. So, let's just have some fun. Let's take our good friend the bucket.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket.
It's true.
But Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
And I have a bucket. This is my friend.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I did a lot of listening to you at the start of this. You know? I did a lot of listening to you at the start of this. I think, I'm gonna go my own path.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Nope.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I gotta trust the bucket. I gotta trust it.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful
So
the
blue.
bucket turned out to be.
Bucket's so good. Good thing I could never be mad at something like a bucket.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I'm not going to the meeting room. Alright? I'm not. We're gonna mind our business. Do not lie,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yes, Bucket. Yes. On my way. On my way, Mr. Bucket. Jump off the cargo lift,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Never.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
It did.
And he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
You know it. You know it. What do you need from me, Bucket? Tell me.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Check this door. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's go, Bucket. This is the perfect place to be.
Now pick up the phone,
On
said
it.
the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Yes, please.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Bucket. I juice my, I want to read that. Hello? Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press C to take me to work with you. On it.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Nope. You can't take me back home with you. Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
Hi, Bucket.
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Come on, Bucket. Oh, to go back to work. On it.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think.
There it is.
It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Come on, Bucket. Don't listen to the loud man. Press C for us to go back home. Okay.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
I'll ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of
shiny bucket.
It is. Oh,
Well, I'll give
sorry.
it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Go back home. Okay.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go work, to go to home, to work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Where are we
Stanley,
going?
give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it.
Okay.
Or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Okay. Now this is the queer rep we needed. So true. So true. Okay, let's go down that same route, but jump off the cargo lift. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
It's true.
Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
I want to do the same path, but jump off the cargo lift.
The bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him...
So I have to be kind of cautious of when there's new text, because some of it is going to replace.
And here it was.
Ah, the employee lounge. Wow, love it.
Was this better than the meeting room?
No.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Hey, Bucket, you got anything to say?
To go back to the meeting room.
Got anything to say, Mr. Bucket?
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket.
Goodbye.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Thanks. Okay. I'm gonna be slightly methodical about how I do
What did
this.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
My bestest friend.
Yet delicate, assertive, yet compassionate.
He just sad ended of their doomed
Stanley
love
touched the
story.
bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Let's stay in the lounge.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that
Sweet
the employee
Ola,
lounge was simply the place to be.
I love the employee
And
lounge.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
This is all I
was
want.
better than the meeting room?
All I want.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
And it's called employee lounge because we like lounging. I love lounging in here. Bucket's pretty smart. Bucket knows what it's
Being
doing.
here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
It is.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right.
That's
then
true.
walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge.
Oh,
what
man.
a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
You know, the lounge is just pretty cozy. What can I say? It's got this little step that I can just walk on.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
It's true.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Hold on. Are you with the lounge, Mr. Bucket? You better I thought we were besties. Are you best friends with the lounge? I'll take you out of here. I'll take you out of the lounge. I will. Oh, now you're being all quiet on me? You're being all quiet on me now, Bucket? Hmm? I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I think I have to take you out of here. I don't think this is the place to be.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge.
Sure
They
whiz.
took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
No. Gonna jump on the platform.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good.
Said the bucket.
Now
We're
ride
jumping
the
onto
lift
this
all the way to the
platform.
top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking.
Never.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
Here
Stanley
we go.
chose not to think about this.
Get ready?
Fact.
You ready?
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
You ready?
And he
Now.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Oh, yeah. This is the stuff. Danger everywhere. So true. 2B1. Where are we going? 2B3. 2B5.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there.
What?
It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
So I don't go anywhere without my bucket.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what it is?
Oh, it's this ending.
I suppose that would explain a lot about your
No,
behavior up to this
this is my bucket.
If that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest
I
of
think
the
I know
game
what a
if
bucket
not done
is.
quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
I know what a bucket is.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Yeah, what's up? I can't just have one day. I can't just have one day. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some
All right,
test
hit me.
scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
On it.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
On it.
Okay, let's begin.
Oh,
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Incorrect.
Oh.
It is a hologram of a bucket,
Ah.
not an actual bucket.
Well, it's technically still a bucket.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Any hologram shenanigans? That's a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket.
Well, that's
not an
still a
actual
bucket. I think by the definition of a bucket that's still a bucket. Can it hold?
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Now, I feel like you're tricking me. That this one, you know, maybe it's made out of ceramic. It's a ceramic bucket, but that's still a bucket. I think he's gaslighting me.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
You're playing tricks on me.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No. That's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Sure
To
is.
be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but
Cool,
I'm starting
cool.
to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
Next one.
Hit me with it. Got it. Don't know why you had a tractor on hand.
Is this a bucket?
This is a tractor.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
By what standard? Not very good at this. Shut up.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes, that's a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
That's a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything
Well,
here.
there could
and I
be.
don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And
Are you
therefore
sure?
Nothing could possibly be something.
Are you sure?
Unless in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yeah. This is my friend, not a bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
You're the one that made a game show.
Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
You could be.
Stanley, I can't keep doing
Yeah.
this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No, you're a bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
You know, good for you.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not
Well, no, I'm not a
either.
bucket.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
That's a win.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
I like not being a bucket.
Still to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
Okay.
And we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yeah, sounds
And
good.
we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention
Yeah, that might be a little
Who knows
confusing.
what that information might do to a person.
It's true.
All right, here we go.
This freaking game, man. Okay, let's go pull out the plug.
All of his co-workers...
Lucas were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, bucket!
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker...
You know, in some places, everything could be a bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
No.
This was not the correct way to
Sure
the meeting
isn't.
room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Been there, done
And
that.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Still no. I gotta finish out a path.
No.
Said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
The cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I
Is
need
the
you to
Earth
do.
really a big bucket
Stanley
holding the
did not
oceans and
question why or
seas?
how this bucket was speaking to him.
You're not
It should have
wrong.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Nah.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
We've had
did
whole
whatever
long
the bucket
conversations
asked.
about the bucket. Anyways, I'm gonna go blow the plug
In
on this
here.
bucket.
Said the bucket.
Go
In
into
this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed.
La-di-da-di-da. Phone.
Now pick up the phone.
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
I don't want to listen.
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking.
No, what?
Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A
I-
talking bucket.
Well, I was...
Can't you see?
Oh, goodness.
I'm easily manipulated.
I'm good up the delivery. He actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it.
You know, it's
but
okay.
There isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
All right, here we go.
It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
All right, here we go.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work?
How does it
How
work?
long should it last?
How long should it last?
How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Yes.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Let's go.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh,
I have.
in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
Doing
To
it.
begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name.
Rena.
Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh.
This is my
and then
joke.
Spell out your name a second time.
R-I-N-A.
With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
I'm ready.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over
The
by
joke is
declaring
over.
in your loudest possible voice,
The joke is over.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
I'm Dunny
Let's
with the
practice
funny.
screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long.
Okay.
And should include the same question reprinted several times.
Okay, yeah, that's funny.
Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
True.
And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter
Ready.
and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember
Oh my
to
God,
let them
look at their
stop
faces.
laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp.
Oh, you.
After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence.
those evil
and to very likely
splurgos.
die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
That seems about right.
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay. You gotta remember to hold your hand up, okay?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll
ready.
be in stitches.
I'm so ready.
Talking bucket, you'll say. How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
He wouldn't be very
Well, I
funny.
wouldn't be the king of comedy.
Ah,
that's
no.
for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The
Bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink.
All right, I'm ready.
things.
Halfway through the stream. Whoa, halfway there. Whoa. I've got a bucket. 6 hours in. Goddamn. All right, here we go. All right. Hit me with
Here
it.
we go. You ready?
Yep.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Nope. Oh. What?
We're back at the phone already.
You didn't get to tell your joke.
No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off.
It's okay.
Never land.
Hey, it's okay,
Not
man.
the way it was meant to.
It's okay.
And it's all my fault.
It's not your
I must have
fault.
forgotten that the phone room comes immediately
Well,
after
it
the
doesn't,
keyboard
but-
room. It was an egregious mistake.
No, it's not a
I
mistake.
better fool myself.
No.
I don't deserve the title of king of comedy.
You're
I'm
the king of comedy,
I'm
man.
not even the lowliest joke-telling.
Don't say that.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional
No,
video.
no, it's okay.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right, remember, the bucket's talking. Very funny.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Yep, ready. Ready for it. Hit me with it.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, okay, I'll try something
When
else.
Stanley
I'll try
and
something
the
else.
bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right, left. Sure.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on
I
the
know.
right, leading back to the phone.
I know, but it didn't.
Did you not even look at the instructional
looked at the video. I just wanted to hear this from you.
all covered very clearly.
Yes, I know.
There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now.
No,
It's
I
done.
can go
the joke
back.
is completely done and over. It's
Oh, well,
all
that's
your
not my fault.
Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on.
No,
all
that-
because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint.
That's
Are
very
you
mean.
proud of yourself for bringing me down?
Maybe
Stanley?
I
Are you
am.
proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
We're stuck in a loop?
Do not... Is it the delivery?
No, it's okay, my
Pale
dude.
with shame.
I'm gonna let the
Pale
credits
with
play
shame.
through.
Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
Yeah?
Getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which
Yeah.
is the whole point of this.
It's true.
I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again.
Sorry,
More
Leroy.
instructional videos. Let's see.
Again and again and again and again. Okay, bucket routes that way. We're moderately cleared, right? Bucket routes that way?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes. Yes.
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately.
No.
Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
No. I want the boxes. Well. Bucket.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
Let's try.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
Let's try
door.
going down the elevator when we come this
was not
way.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Employee lounge was simply the place to be.
And here it was. Had the
bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
Bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting.
Alright, we're doing this and we're going down.
Detour through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nah! Hit me with it, hit me with it. You just handled a box of new trauma boxes. I'm so upset, our boxes.
Stanley,
Maybe I should have clicked.
You found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Those are my favorite things! My the adventure line!
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the adventure line and the Broom closet.
I love them.
Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen.
But you haven't really had the bucket then, have you?
I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
No.
Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new.
Yes.
Yes. That's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Who's driving that truck?
Look at that
wacky line. Who knows where it will go off to next?
Oh, and
it plays some silly music as well. Yeah, where's it going?
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Yeah.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Yeah.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Better not be the bucket. Listen, I love the line. The line's my favorite, but... No. No.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Well, I mean...
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I mean... I don't...
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Well...
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
I don't...
And then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Or anywhere else I can go?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Well, I don't want to give it my bucket.
It's all it knows. That is its singular personality
Well,
trait.
then that's not a very good character.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Hey, I think something's...
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's like 10 personality traits.
I don't think that's how that works.
What object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom closet?
Well, the Broom closet's pretty friend and it's...
Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
I don't want...
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable.
I do love the line. I can't. I'm not putting it in there.
Until you crush that damn bucket.
I'm not putting it in there.
Now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
I don't know.
Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Bye. Now what? Is the end never? All right, now, as much as I feel a little bad.
Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
No weird phone call? Taking my bucket.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
The door on his left. Okay,
This was not the correct way
I
to
feel
the
a little
meeting room.
bad for the
Stanley
bucket
had
destroyer,
filled the bucket
so I'm gonna go feed it,
telling
if
him
that's
that the
okay.
employee lounge was
Are
simply
we
the
all
place to be.
okay with that?
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Goodbye! Da-ba-da-da-da-da. It's funny because every once in a while it hits a point where it's a TikTok audio
I'm
that I
glad you
used.
found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Yeah, hey. High line. Oh, I
Your
love the
friends and I are
line.
concerned for you, Stanley.
I know.
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
I care about you
It's this
too.
bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The
Listen,
bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
I know.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who
You did
gave
give me the bucket. Yeah,
but
that's-
you're
this might
spending
be
too
on
much
you.
time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could
I
make
do.
the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
yeah,
Yes,
you know
yes,
I love
that's
the
what
line.
fans
You
want.
know,
Let's
you
do
know
it.
I love the line. Yeah, let's go. Whee!
Whee!
Look at that wacky line.
Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and
It played some silly music as well. I love the Adventure Line music!
Now this is what the
Stanley Parable is all about.
Don't you remember all
was
those
great.
great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
I'm on it.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I think I'm ready.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Alive and well!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the
Now,
original game, but it's such
you
a
know I like this bucket. You better not get caught up in the Bucket Destroyer.
It feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I mean, sure, but I wouldn't be...
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, Bucket!
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is
No, you
its
have to take
singular
it.
Personality trait. Sure, I
You
can
have to
hear
take
you
it.
saying, how does a character with only
Yeah,
one
you have to
personality
take it.
trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
You have to take the
Well, you
bucket!
see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire
You have to
crush
take
buckets
the
is so
bucket.
densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
I
The
can't.
Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the
Come
fans will be
on.
clamoring for after this.
Bucket, you gotta
Okay,
go!
the Bucket Destroyer
Destroyer is very
getting
upset now. You have to hurry up and beat it.
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line.
I like physically can't put it in there for the record.
That damn bucket! Quickly now! The fans are waiting! Do it! The
I'm
fans, Stanley!
trying!
Give the fans what
I'm
they want! Hurry and
trying! Oh. The freaking choir music, man.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation.
Oh, sorry.
You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer. I tried to feed you. You were just a bitch. No, we'll do song times later. No song times right now. Alright. Let's go through some of the bucket on the good side.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Determination.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright, narrator. Time to listen. I mean... we'll listen eventually. It might just... we might take a little
Stanley
detour.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours.
I'm sorry.
But alas, no stickers.
Okay. I must have done that last time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
He
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
I really need this job.
Everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
Am I crazy?
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me.
Yeah, I mean the bucket always helps me.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket.
This isn't my bucket.
It's just a normal, everyday
It's just a normal bucket. This isn't my bucket. This is somebody else's bucket.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
I shouldn't have somebody else's bucket. This is my bucket.
Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
Not my
experience
bucket.
without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
I don't have my bucket.
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating.
This is the same rooms.
And now he felt himself
There's no-
floating off the ground.
Floating.
Gracious.
I'm floating.
He exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
I'm going.
Where is it? I must find
Where's
it.
my bucket?
Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley!
Bucket!
Stanley!
Bucket, I'm coming!
The bucket!
Bucket, I'm coming!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room
Where is
to
it?
room, passing by one
My
bucket after
buckets!
the next.
No, these aren't the buckets. These aren't my buckets.
His special
These aren't my buckets. I need my special bucket.
Stanley! Find me!
I'm looking for you, Bucket. These aren't
Find the
you.
bucket. He had to return to his old friend.
Where is it?
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
I need
And
my
then
bucket.
Suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
I'm the bucket?
Incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Hi, Raiders. Hi,
This is
Praxis
the story
Raiders.
of a woman named Marella. Marella woke up on a day like any other. She rose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through
Contemplating
town,
Stanley
talking
as the
and screaming
song.
to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Bucket.
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only
That got cut off fast.
with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Marella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this.
She has places to
There were
be.
a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks
Yeah, it
ass.
does, Mariella.
And she backflipped all the way to work.
Oh, to backflip to work. What must I do? All of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Hi, hey, hey! Hello, hey, hey, and Abraxas Raiders. I hope the bound lore was good. We're playing the Stanley Parable, and it has no implications. Arlo, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you. We climbed a sub goal. Our sub goal right now, we're in the middle of doing a 12-hour stream, if you don't know. We've been live for 6.5 hours right now. I'm finally playing the Stanley Parable that I've been talking about forever. And we're having a good old time. Our sub goal right now is to do a baking segment. I have a thing I can go downstairs and bake that we can do in this stream if you guys hit it. So that's where we're at right now. All right? So thank you. You literally did a backflip from one room to another. It's true. I wish I could backflip, man. What can I say? This game is wonderful. All right, let's keep going, but go up to the boss's office, shall we?
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket.
Yeah, it is.
And indeed it was.
Oh, yeah. This is my bucket, baby.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right, Mr. Narrator. You tell me what to do until I have the option to do something else. And then I will do that other
Stanley was
thing.
here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
Perhaps
boss's
about
office
things and
was
money.
where he'd find answers.
What do people want? Things, money, more money, things to buy, money with more things, graphs, graphs with things about money. We have our new product. Yes, this will be a VOD. Mwah. Alright, we're not gonna go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Boss's office. Hey, boss man. Got a bathroom? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Okay. Business strategy. Elevator? Up. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. Awooga, booga. Do do do. Ah. Well, I'm sure there's something there. Fine. Oh yeah, the narrator is like singing along. My boss.
In the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
What?
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
They are.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
What's that?
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I wanted to see if I could remember it off the top of my head, but...
But Stanley guessed the correct
Oh,
answer
man.
by sheer luck.
How'd that
Was
happen?
it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Sure is, baby. Hey. I don't like this. All right.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It
So
would
true.
be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
It's true.
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I love you,
The
Bucket.
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Nothing could go wrong with the bucket to guide me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Nah. Nah.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Sounds good.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
Doodly
track.
doodly doo.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yeah. Is this it? All right. Oh. no! Hey, Bucket.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned
No, Bucket. We're gonna be okay, right?
It puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket.
We're gonna be
But what
okay,
use
right?
is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to
We're
death.
not gonna be like that
This is
guy.
what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time
I don't know if I wanna-
carrying a bucket everywhere.
Hey,
Farewell, Stanley.
Bucket, you didn't tell me about this part. Oh, we're good.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
No!
In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Bye, sucker!
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
I mean,
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
it was. Oh, the bucket. Ah, the bucket. Saying the precipice of knowledge, much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently emptied within the carnivorous void. Through use of the exhibit in front of you, your mind becomes fully enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history, it's only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here with you into the world? Will you accept an open mind in what may be challenging you about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue life as you were, ignorance and darkness? Bucket. Yes,
Can
yes,
you
yes.
see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
I mean, Inferno Bucket. Millions died. No one can control a bucket. Wow. Gazelle had bucket. Gazelle had oh, he drops the bucket. They collect the bucket and they give it to the gazelle. The gazelle drink from the bucket, he take the bucket with him. Bucket is allowing itself to be used. Its community to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Oh, the hanging. Just one sec. Just one sec for me, okay? Just wanna check. Hoorah, hoorah. Hoorah. The bucket and anthology. The stress bucket. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Relaxation, rest, something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation. Bucket with 2 handles? I've never been created in real life, having deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Thousands of deaths to death each year for just attempting it. I gotta get the hanging bucket. I gotta get the hanging bucket. It's right there. It's right there. The bucket. It's right there. I can grasp it.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Save.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Well, I don't...
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together.
I don't...
The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
The bucket's world now.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, 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 I love that bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go about our day. Let's go about our day, shall we?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Huh. Alright. We seem to be back on normal track.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
2845?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I got it!
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yep.
Was the bucket guiding him?
That's it.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, here we go. Let's go to the mind control facility, baby!
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There was no direct other choice I could have made that way, so we're gonna go this way. What's in here?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I don't know. Mind control. In control.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
That's my
monitored
office.
Like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst.
Bucket, I'm sorry, don't look.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring
okay.
it that
everything's gonna be fine. What's this green box? You guys see that? Hold on, let me get a good look at this green box. What the heck is that? Okay, anyways.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility?
No, you wouldn't.
Well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Hey, it's okay,
These
bucket.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Take me
No!
away!
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter.
It's okay,
His
bucket.
one friend in the entire world.
We're gonna make it out of here.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Including you!
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
No.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I love pressing buttons. Alright, Bucket, let's do this. I mean... No, Bucket, let's do this. We can get out of this together. We can get out of this.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Get us out of here, Bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
Yes, Bucket, we did it.
Freedom was now mere moments away.
Bucket, we did it.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive
Bucket, we could do anything together.
The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh, Bucket.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
I would.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie,
Let's
but
watch a
then
movie.
stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse.
Who needs
from
an
the end.
ending?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Oh.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
No.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What? Hey!
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket. Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No.
Really lengths not to part with the bucket.
No, please.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself.
Maybe.
As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That's the end. Alright, guys. Let's go turn on the mind control facility, shall we? I remember that ending.
All of his co-workers
Because we're gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
One man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together.
So, trauma box?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright. Let's do this. Oh, it's trauma
Still,
box.
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Doom, doo, doo, doom, 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 doom,
Stepping
doom,
into
doo,
his
doom,
manager's
doo,
office,
doo.
Stanley was once again stunned
Do,
to
do,
discover
do,
not an
do, do.
indication of any human life. Crushed by the
Do,
weight
do,
of this
do, do,
revelation,
do,
Stanley
do,
may have
do,
broken down into an
do.
emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Got it backwards.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Whee! Doom, doo, doo, doom, 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 doom. Do 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 doom 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 doom.
Stanley and the bucket
Whoa.
walked straight ahead through the large
Mind
door that
control.
read, Mind control facility.
Mind control. Yo, what could all these Oh my god, Vroom. What could all these screens
On an
mean?
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket.
Oh, I think it's a mind control facility, if I had to guess. Let's see what we can see on the cameras.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it.
There's a lot of different ones.
That everything would be fine.
Broom. There's a lot of... Whoa, what happened to that guy? What's that guy?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
234.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Can we find 234 on like as a door on the place? It looks a lot like the Stanley
No!
office.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
Anyways.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
I got you, bucket.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Got it, baby.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of this
I kind of want to mind control the facility.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down.
I'm pressing it.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
No, bucket!
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been
Don't worry,
the bucket's
guys.
plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
No.
Stanley was prepared to throw the
dare
bucket away in
you.
disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Silly birds!
Silly.
Oh, hey.
Silly birds.
Oh, hey,
The
look.
control buttons became active again.
I'm in. Oh.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Oh.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds
Silly
all
birds?
over the world.
Oh, look at his
The mind
face.
controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Oh my god, look at them. They're so silly.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands.
Oh,
the one
he's
who had
silly.
pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom
that little
because they
goose.
spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the
Oh,
silliest
that's a
birds
silly guy.
imaginable. Of all the possible paths his
babies.
life could have taken,
Silly
this
guy. We don't eat
was
like
surely
that.
the
That's not how you eat.
And Stanley,
He's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Look at these silly birds. Oh. That ending I remember. That's I use that song. That song on the soundtrack is called Silly Birds, and I love it for Crit. That's like the #1 Crit song for me, is Silly Birds, which is really funny because Crit isn't a bird, notably, but IRL accurate bound SMP. Okay, we're now going to enter a different era of running the game.
already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Yeah, that sounds good. You know... Bye.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now I need to remember.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I need to remember if this is the regular game.
Room, Stanley thought to himself.
What a room.
What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room.
What a room.
What a room.
What a room.
What
a room. What a room.
What a room.
Va-va-voom.
Yeah, but eager to get
No,
back to
no,
business,
no, wait,
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nobody has anything to say. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that next time. Let's go down again.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I need to remember if this is all new or if this gives me the endings of the first game.
To the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from here it's left.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh
no, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay. Sorry, man. Let me.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly. Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, it's okay.
Now let's see. We went down.
See anything?
Right, left, down, left.
I'm really relying on you here.
Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
All right, let's go.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is
It's
all
a spoiler. Okay, yeah, this is an ending from the first game.
Okay.
But I like this one, so.
Back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
I mean, it's okay.
The story completely unusable.
Hey.
However, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
You know what? Okay, man. There's nowhere to go from here.
Don't wander so far off track,
Well, I mean,
okay.
from the top.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
When Stanley...
Oh, that doesn't look right.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game.
Well, there were a couple things missing.
Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Well, definitely.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right
so
here
true.
just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go this way. Oh, what's back here? Oh, yeah, let's go this way. Oh, yeah, this is stuff. I don't really know where I'm going. Got anything for me, man? Not that I don't love picking my own way, but anything at all.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever
Yeah,
been on.
I'm kind of struggling.
There definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
From the top. That was kind of the back rooms. Okay, here we go. Totally normal.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Here we go. Any doors? Ooh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I
Yeah.
might be remembering this wrong.
I mean,
It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
we don't really have another
Why don't we get
option.
back the other direction and see if we missed anything.
Yeah. I mean, what's back here? I'm really following your whims, man. All right.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way
Yeah.
and retrace our steps.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Sounds good. This isn't...
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
I don't know what this is, man.
Is this a story? I don't think so.
It could be.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah, but this could be
You remember,
something.
Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Thank you.
Good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Well, I feel like a winner.
You didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I feel like I did just
I'm
fine.
getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't
It
care
is a
what
little
might happen this time.
spooky.
I have to restart.
Hi, Night. We're finally playing the Stanley Parable. Thank you for the 32 months in Tier 2. Thank you. Hi, Night. I hope you're doing well. Stanley Parable 2 Adventure Line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Yeah.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. No, I want the line. The line is my favorite. It's funny because I went to go test if it was the endings of the old game, and I went to the one that I know leads to the line.
Where the story is.
Because I
It's
like
over
the
in
line
this
the
direction.
most.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To Destiny!
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
I mean-
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
We are moving.
I'm implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself. Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
It's okay.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Okay.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Wow.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
All right.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Got it. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Wait, we're back at the office?
Oh.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh. Huh. Okay. Oh.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To
It's
hell with it. Restart.
No, it's okay, man. We still got the line. It's okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Hey, I play us some
People,
music.
right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Okay.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
You're kinda convincing
Why don't we
me.
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh. Okay, yeah, man, let's go.
Yes, this is exciting.
It could use some
Just
music,
me and
but
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
maybe
Use your imagination.
not
Whatever it might be, Stanley.
a circle.
I'm ready for it.
I see an office.
No, not
Oh,
you again.
the line's
Stanley,
back.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
Yeah, I'm
lines
kinda-
or
I'm
monitor
kinda
rules.
over the line.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Who am I kidding? I love the line. I'm gonna follow it. It's my favorite. Fine. The line doesn't want to be with me. I don't want to be with the line. Ooh.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Okay,
In
let's
fact,
think about
I
it.
believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
I'm gonna walk the other way.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? Since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Said the left door. Oh. Oh. Doesn't look good.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Well,
What if
yeah.
I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written
Well,
here
there's
on
nothing
this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
It's okay.
I want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it?
Did we do it?
Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Did we do it?
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will
Surely
something
not.
happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, it is.
Quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
Did you guys hear the horn honk? Okay. I genuinely thought that I imagined that. I'm not even kidding. Thank you, Athena, for the bits. I'm glad your filming went well. How dare the sun set on you? Okay, so we're now at a
All of his
point.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Who farted?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so I'm kind of. I've got some options here. All of the like cut and dry endings we've gotten. I have not done the window ending because I need to crouch out of the window. I know about that ending, but I know there are many, many others. So I ask you guys, would you like me to run around aimlessly, trying to find ones that I haven't done? Waiting input 419. Or do you guys want me to look up where some of the endings are that I haven't gotten? Because I kind of know that I need the bucket for most of them. Because I can walk around aimlessly, but the ones that I do where I go through and I say, here's all the things I've done, I want to see the endings where you're running around in the mind control facility. Okay, we can do that one. I know how to do that. The ones in the original game, I can do off the top of my head.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I need to get to the mind control facility, so we're gonna go the right way. And then maybe after this one, if
Yet there was not a single person here.
I'll look them up, because I know there are like...
Stanley decided to go up to his boss.
I was getting to the Dex Museum, use the bucket.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So I started the game, and I've technically done a playthrough before this, so it counted my original playthrough. I don't know how to get back to the Deluxe Museum.
Stepping into
because I already
office,
technically
Stanley
went
was
through
once again
it.
Stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Sorry,
so
narrator.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the open
let's go.
passageway.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da. Vroom! Vroom! I vroom back! Vroom! Anyways.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control.
Well, a mind control facility. If only the bucket were here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh my god, are they filming us in our offices? I guess Rio's vocal stem.
Now the monsters jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Number
Stanley's
427.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Number 427. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da. Don't mind me just like
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
singing
Had Stanley really been
the silly
under someone's control all this
song.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
How dare I?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Oh, it's not changing again. I wanted to see where 56 was.
Had he truly spent his entire life
utterly blind to the world? Utterly blind to the world.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating,
I am
working,
Stanley,
all
and
it
I'm
monitored and
selfish.
commanded from this very place.
I
And
want
as the cold reality
to
of his
use it
past
for
began to
my
sink in,
own.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Maybe I
After they kept you
did.
enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself?
Well,
Is that
yeah.
what you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn
Well,
the
I don't
controls
want to.
off.
Maybe
And
I want power.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better.
Oh, so you
than
think
that.
you're so high and mighty
I'm afraid
now?
You don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
Okay.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
No,
Now,
it's
this is
fine.
making things
It's
a little more
fine.
fun, isn't it, Stanley?
No.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious
No. Open the door again. Open the door.
More time to talk about you.
No, the door was open.
Me. Where we're going. What
3.
all this means.
I need number 3. I need number
never know
3.
Where to start? What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right.
Where's the 3 button?
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Yellow.
I erased them.
Green.
I turned off the machine. I
Red.
set you free. Of
Blue.
course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I
Yellow.
tell it, I simply let you
Yellow.
sit there in your office room,
Yellow.
pushing
Yellow.
buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Feel safe.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested
No.
away from you,
I can
it's
figure it out. I'm very
quite
intelligent.
I almost hate to see it go.
4.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Hey, you're getting a little high and mighty up
Only
there.
34 seconds left.
It's fine.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Okay, good. Thank
These
you.
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Where's number 3?
Oh dear me, what's the matter?
This one.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're
Enable
supposed to be doing
backup
right now?
power. Where's the
Or
backup
did you just
power?
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
You turn this
I mean,
on.
Look at you. Running from button to button,
5.
screen to screen, clicking
There's
on
every little thing in this room.
These numbered buttons. No.
No. Let me import more codes.
Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Let me have
That
this one.
Video game can be beaten. Once
Let me out.
solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this
Oh,
world.
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Yeah, I like that ending. That's where the banger lines come from. I'm gonna do that one slimesicle speech? Oh, you're right. I know exactly the one you speak of. Okay. We're gonna do a little hunting, okay? So I know what the ending chart looks like, and it's bad. Okay. 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 I'm finding some of them. Okay. I have something. I have something. Hold on. I'm getting a lot right now. Okay, yeah, so here's the... Oh, can I? Several ending was true that I've heard a two-room change. Yeah, that's like all the... These are the... Okay, so these are the original ones. Then let's do... Okay, wait, no, this is not a good genre. I'm absorbed into this. I'm going here, okay? I'm going real hard. Okay, there we go. There's the flowchart. The flowchart's what I needed. Sorry, I get so absorbed into the how do I do this? Okay, let's do this. Let's have fun. Okay, I've got something. So I usually don't touch anything, and do you have fun with it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary
so true.
into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think?
I love the White Room.
A fun and unique place to be.
It is.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
I love white voids.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
It's pretty boring. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time.
Well, you do it.
Right now. You could have done it just then.
Yeah, but I don't wanna.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game.
I'm fine.
So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Hit me.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons.
Or buckets.
He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
No.
He did it all day, in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible.
Well, that's just
And if you are
mean.
not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Can I? It's gonna make me restart. Fine. Broom. Fine. Can I take the bucket through the window?
All of his co-workers were gone.
You
What
shut?
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Do you shut?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
Can I take you out the window?
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
God, let me up.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
There, the bucket.
Done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
Show me.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history.
Wow.
Of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein. Of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The
That was a lot,
opportunities to
Bucket.
do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps.
But you did
The bucket
war?
wondered to itself, perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way
Hey.
too much for Stanley.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults.
You're just-
I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket!
Again.
This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
Oh, man, nice, good
Otherwise,
thing.
We would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power.
No.
I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Yeah, that bucket is a menace. Okay, chat. Hold on. Okay, there's you get the cheating endings, which you don't. I don't want to use the cheating endings. Okay. Okay. I do want to go through the new content door. I'm trying to... Okay, yeah, there we go. That's the figurines. Okay. Okay, I have something to work for. Okay. We're gonna go for... I know what I want to go for. Let's go, let's see, am I missing any button endings? Am I missing any bucket endings? Am I missing any bucket endings? Let's find out. Let's destroy the bucket. Time of life with the bucket. The joke ending. That's the bucket. This is an interesting one. What are you? Okay. I might have one. Or you get to the ending where you just stay put. There is one. We can do that.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under
Seems
his
like a lot of
responsibility?
pressure.
He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
I'll just stay
Nothing
right
will
here.
hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Right here.
In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
I am.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Give me something.
Now it's just a little bit closer.
Come on.
Now it's even closer.
Come on.
Here it comes.
Come on. There's that guy. All of his co-workers were gone. What did it mean? Okay. This is fine. Okay, okay. Marella museum, broom closet. Stickers. Hold on, wait, I've got one fun. I've got a fun one. Okay, I've got one. The voice tape one? That's one of the ones I'm looking at. I have the voice tape one. We're gonna do it to the elevator.
To the meeting room. It's bucket time.
Because I knew there was, I just didn't know how to trigger the elevator.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
And I know which one we're gonna do last, chat. Because there is like a last one that we're
Still no one
almost
was
at.
here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
Bucket time is the
where
new
time
Fable
was
in time.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. Mr. Elevator! Alright, chat. I feel like I should riff over this. Stanley. I love when the bucket said, "It's bucket time," and then bucketed all over. Dude, exactly. That's exactly it, man. Doom, 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 doom. Do 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 doom, 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 boo doom, boo doom. Do 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 do, boo doom, boom doom, boom, boo do do doom doom. We need a bucket emote. You guys have Charles. They're the same thing, so. Listen, that is the lens you should be looking through. Speaking of emotes, did you just send me an emote? Stan. Stunning. Doo 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 doop doom boom. I'm gonna let the song end, and theoretically we should be hitting the bottom. Good thing you guys like cat jamming. There you go, chat. It's really just a game of patience, I think. Because it hasn't hit the end of a song yet, so I'm... Because I know what it sounds like. I've listened to the soundtrack probably too much. Hey guys, you should check your emotes. Maybe refresh, but check your emotes. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Okay, chat. Should I press the down button again? Because I do think it has looped now. Okay. I think this is enough times yet. Don't mind me, chat. I've discovered something.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication.
Oh, well, that's just not right. Hold on.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
It's on the other lift. Shut up. Shut up.
Guiding him.
Shut up. I'm doing it.
Explanation.
Okay, we're doing the same thing. I wasn't doing it on the wrong elevator, okay? I was doing it on the right elevator. Doing the same thing over and over is not... We're gonna do this without the bucket, too.
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Yeah, I want to go press the number 3. I want to go press it.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad.
Oh, yeah.
And began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley.
I love number 3.
He felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
3,
Once
3,
Stanley had
3,
had enough of
3,
number 3, he got back in the elevator.
3, 3, 3, 3. Don't mind me. Checking my work. Okay. Okay, we can go now.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from
I don't think he
slamming the
gets
number
it.
3 repeatedly.
La 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 la. You go work.
Yeah, I go.
Tell me if you get to come back.
We'll find out.
Yeah. What if the bucket missed something?
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet.
You don't
Not
get
till you
it,
understand
okay?
how much the number 3 means to me.
It's
You and
really
I
cool.
Have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness
It was
I
really
feel.
cool, Bucket,
Smiled
okay?
at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
It's okay, Bucket. Okay, just trust me, okay? I'm gonna press the number 3 a bunch more and you're gonna get it, okay? You guys get it, right?
Here we go, said Stanley.
Yeah, here you
This
go, ready?
time I'll
3,
really show
3.
you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction.
It's really cool,
Anything
right?
to
You
let
want
him
to press
know
it?
that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I can't believe the bucket doesn't get it. Can't believe the bucket doesn't get it. I can't believe the bucket doesn't get
Stanley
it.
and the bucket were so
I've never seen this, by the way,
They'd always
chat.
been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There has to be. Bucket is disappointing right now. If this... Why do cars have to... I don't actually know if there's more up here.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling.
Press it more?
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
This is a good idea.
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it.
I do!
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally
This is a flawless plan. Oh my god.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference.
All eyes on
building
Stanley.
excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for
I'm ready.
anything in his life.
Minecraft door sound? Sorry, Minecraft door sound just threw me off. Okay. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is it.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a man.
I got this. Alright, here we go.
There was no one here.
What?
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
What?
To listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference.
I can't do this. I can't have the bucket.
Games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley,
She called me a failure.
having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
That was devastating. That was devastating. What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Okay,
mean?
we're gonna go do that same
Stanley
thing, but without the
decided to go to
bucket,
the
because I
meeting.
don't think I've
Perhaps
seen
he
that
had seduced a
ending
man.
regularly. Doom doom.
When Stanley
Doom,
came
doom.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I think after this one, I'm gonna go get the
Yet
ending.
there was not a single person here either.
What?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Did you
coming
get
to
the
a
broom
staircase.
closet
Stanley walked
ending?
upstairs to his boss's office.
The broom closet ending was my favorite.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Wow!
Your surprise.
Take me away. Okay. And now we're gonna go back up. I think I missed something up there.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Yeah.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office?
Because it's
That's a
funny.
good question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your
Whoa.
boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
I could have missed
What a
something.
decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
It has.
It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
You're being sarcastic. Fine. Fine then.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
And you're not ready for this.
Gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
You ready? You're not ready for this. Oh yeah.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No.
Never.
It's time once again
Why would I
to
do
go
that?
back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there.
It's gonna be
Is it
crazy,
the boss's
man.
office again? Or
No.
what if it's the boss's office this time?
It could
the
be.
suspense is killing me.
It might be the boss's office, dude. There's no way this is the boss's office, right? Oh my god! It's the boss's office!
It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
It's Tomas! This is kind of a banger.
All right. I have fully come to terms
I
with
know
it.
it was a lot.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Thank you. You'll never believe what I'm gonna do. Are you ready for this? I'm about to blow his mind.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been
I'm a
attempted
genius.
before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Why, thank you. Now you're not ready for this. Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Are you freaking ready for what's about to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going up. Now you'll never believe what's up here. You're never gonna guess.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
What?
Don't you realize It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess,
it could be anything.
The real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
There we go.
It's relaxing.
It's so much more exciting, you understand?
I'm getting excited.
The only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible.
I know.
They want big,
Tell me about it.
moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension?
Where's the suspense?
Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal?
It's true.
This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really all because of you.
You're
the one who
you.
took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
It's revolutionary.
This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley.
Yeah.
I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
Mm-hmm.
We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley.
Thank you,
Because
Luna,
you're
for
not
the two
afraid to
gifted.
step in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know.
I am.
People look up to you.
They do.
Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
You've gathered
so
a
that
press
you can
conference?
talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
My life?
Yes, I know you're not much for the public
No,
eye, but
I
thought
can-
it would
I can handle
especially
it.
mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley.
I can handle
I
it.
don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is
I'm
the
ready.
kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna give a press conference.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Luna, for the two gifted. Let me do a little ding! Sorry, that was a lot. I felt that in my soul, and that was a lot. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for dealing with the rooms with me. Terrible world to live in. Alright. Go get our press conference, baby. This was in the original game, and I've never seen this.
Ah, yes, here it is.
Stop it with the Minecraft sound.
All right.
Welcome, Stanley.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
And what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay. It looks
Okay.
like they're ready for you.
I'm ready.
Go get them.
I'm ready. I got so much to say. I'm ready for my press conference. I'm ready. Hit me with it. Whoa! Oh my god. Hello. Oh my god. Yes, it's me, Stanley. Hi, guys. Yeah, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all. Thank you. Hey, everybody. That was a lot. that was a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Are we ready to try something? We're gonna try and go for something. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Hold on, wait. There's one more that I haven't gotten yet. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I lied. I've got 2 more endings, and then we'll do the
All his
epilogue.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
There's one more ending that I don't
Stanley decided to go to the
recognize.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
So I
memo.
think we're gonna do 3 more. I'm gonna try and do one really quick.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to
I
the
might not be
meeting
able to
room,
do
and
it, but I think I
Stanley
can. How many endings are there? A
Perhaps
lot.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's so much in this game, and that's part of the reason I love it.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. I need to see if I can get over there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. And we go over here to get the collectible, but there's a vent here. Hey guys! Hey guys! This is just like that game! Alright, we're gonna do this same path 2 times, once with the bucket, once without it, and then we're gonna get the last ending.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten.
Narrator?
You didn't think I was actually just
well-
recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head.
Oh, shut up.
I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination,
Yeah, that's the bad twist.
absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal.
Oh my god, it was all a dream?
It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
How dare you? The narrator's the imposter, guys. Okay. Let's do that again, but with the
All
bucket.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
And they
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting.
room.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's bucket time.
Yeah, it is. Okay, one moment, chatters. Do 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 do. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's go, baby. Let's go be sus.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
But it's
tightly.
okay, guys.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Gotta get right on
And
that.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket
It's when the dialogue cuts off the other dialogue for me.
To go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'm so sorry. I physically can't help myself. Just like I physically cannot stop myself. Evidence number 252. Okay.
Okay, this is day number 2.
Hello, archivist.
Tape number... I don't even know.
Sorry.
Lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it,
It's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
There's no explanation.
There's no reason.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I can monetize.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
No, this isn't the way.
My golden ticket.
This isn't the way.
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out,
you have to.
There's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
It's the same as the wizard that the bucket talks about, cursing him into becoming the bucket. Yeah, as soon as I got in there, I was like, oh, Magnus Archive. It's just like that guy. It's just like that dude, man. Okay, those were all of the endings that I was looking at that I didn't, like, recognize. So... let's go. Hello, John. Apologies for the deception. Listen. Okay, hold on. Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending is my favorite. Okay. Because I don't think I can get to the new content again this time around, we're gonna go and get the last ending, which is interesting. So let's do this. Let me make sure. Okay. So let's go restart the game again. Just like when we did the sliders earlier. Okay, you guys can see. Good. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. I'm reading Angst, Mr. Motorcycle. Calm your engines. Why did he rev up higher? You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game's settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? Just what I do. Like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us knows what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Let's go do the epilogue, shall we? Epilogue. Many, many years later. Bum, 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 bum. It's dark and winding. Empty. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable. which underscores how disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made our first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? The enjoyable bits from Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line. Instead, we get uninspired side quests collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting and a welcome reprieve from... Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. Stanley Parable launched massive success in 2013. Its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambition, outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that the Stanley Parable is not just what the fans want. Thought we had a vision with the series that the players would be excited about, yet it turns out they could have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise preserve artistic ingenuity in the original game, to stop assaulting fans with their reckless insults of creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Hey, look! Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's terrible to learn there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate us, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley Parable 3. The end is never the sunshine. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1. We'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. Nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Do we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Not worth it. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here.